Hey, Biohumans. What's the thing called again?
Biohumans.
No, the web thing.
Biohumans.com.au.
Biohumans with an S, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay, I'm Michael. Tiae is here with me. This is our weekly podcast. And
Episode 3.
Episode 3. And we're going to talk about, what are we talking about today?
Saunas.
Saunas. But firstly, I just wanted to have a little wrap up of my yesterday. Ready? Yesterday, I did a lap of Mount Cootha on my bike in the middle of the day. Have you ever done Mount Cootha before?
I've drove up there. It's very steep. Everyone that's cycling up there looks like they're struggling.
Yeah, no, I struggled like hell. But I was just thinking on the way down, which is probably the nicest bit, how lucky are we in Brisbane? Especially how lucky are we here at Riverside Fitness? We've got the river right next to us. We've got Mount Cootha just up the road.
So how long did it take you?
To do Mount Cootha?
Yeah.
Well, if I leave here and I get back, 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Well, it's a bit, you have to ride out there. And then when you're coming back, you're a bit tired, so you go a little bit slow. Takes me probably 12 minutes to get to the top.
Oh, wow.
From the bottom.
Yeah.
That's
And it's pretty steep.
It's 2.2k. Okay, that was all. I was just wanting to
Well,
I'm just putting it
just
out
want to rub it
there
in
how
and say
good
that you...
how good Brisbane is, and especially where we are.
Yeah, Brisbane's awesome. I agree. It's so pretty.
Okay, saunas.
So,
We're talking about saunas because we have 2 of them at the gym. They're infrared.
one thing I don't really know is the difference between infrared saunas and like the dry saunas, one where you put like water on the rocks, or the electronic ones where you're not supposed to put waters on the rocks.
Well, the electronic ones would be an infrared sauna.
What do they have in like normal commercial gyms, like the big ones? They got rocks there for show, but you're not supposed to put water on it. But I think they got like a temperature.
Yeah, okay, no, you're damn right. Well, those ones would work by heating the air, and to get the sauna effect, you have to heat the air to quite a high level. So they're fairly oppressive, number one, and don't have the same benefits as the infrared sauna. So I think, doing the research, and this is obviously what I bought, that infrared, and it's far infrared is what we have, is far superior to just heating up the air
Okay.
like you get in a dry sauna.
Okay.
So you got the dry sauna and the wet sauna, like with the steam. So that's pretty similar effect to what I just said. You have to heat it up. They're fairly oppressive. Not saying far infrared's not oppressive, but it's nowhere near as oppressive, and you don't get the benefits.
The steam saunas, you know how when you go in it, 'cause I haven't been in infrared sauna before, and you're not
You
necessarily...
haven't used our sauna yet?
No?
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're talking about saunas. This is my next little self-challenge I'm setting
Cool.
myself.
Cool. Okay, good.
So
I'm
I have
ready.
used saunas before, but the normal like wet saunas, you kind of feel like you're covered in like water, like the dew from your body heat. It's not necessarily sweat; it's like water. Do you get the same with the infrared, or is it more your body sweat that's coming out?
You only get body sweat.
You only get body sweat. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's so much better then.
Well, if it depends what you're doing it for, but if you're doing it for detoxification,
It's the best.
if you're trying to lower your blood pressure, if you're trying to relax, if you're trying to get deep circulation,
Yeah.
far infrared nails all those things.
Okay. I'm educated now. So you've had a sauna in your house for a while now. Okay,
Yeah.
why do you use sauna? Why did you get into saunas?
I've always wanted one. I've heard of the benefits, which I've sort of just said. Detox, low blood pressure, improved circulation, relaxation, pain relief. Your metabolic system increases
Yeah.
due to that deep raising of core temperature.
Yep.
I'm also a big believer in the hormetic effect, which is a fancy way of saying challenging your body with a little bit of good stress, not bad stress, good stress.
Yep.
So infrared sauna does all of these things. But I guess for a normal person who works in an air-conditioned office, air-conditioned home, air-conditioned car,
They're always comfortable.
we're not sweating. So
Yeah.
I get, number one, it'd be good if we did sweat,
Yeah.
because that's one of the body's ways of getting rid of toxins. Number 2, this hormetic effect. It's good for the body to undergo good stress.
Yeah.
But if we're not ever doing it, and some people don't have a choice. It's not as if you can go into your office and say, can we turn the air conditioning off? That's just not going to happen. So infrared sauna it's a good alternative. But you get all these other things as well.
I wonder if offices will ever start putting infrared saunas into their gym, into their like workplaces.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe in the
like
future.
if you Apple or Google and you can afford whatever, then maybe.
I've got one in my workplace. It's a gym.
That's because we're biohackers. That's why we do it. So you get all these things.
So that's why you decided to get a sauna in your house.
That's why I got a sauna.
And how often do you sauna?
Just as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's a bit like I read before the podcast how much you should sauna. And Dave Asprey was like, you should do it every day. If you want all these benefits that I just talked about just then, you got to do it every day.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just
most
not-
of the
that's
effects
just-
came from 4 to 7 times a
No,
week.
but that's just not doable.
Yeah.
No one can do 7 days a week. Not nobody, but it's pretty hard to do all this other biohacking and all this work and all the things that we do and do sauna. And guess how long he says you have to sit in the sauna for?
45 minutes.
Yeah, who's got 45 minutes 7 days a week?
I don't know, we got
Just
45
sit in the
minutes,
sauna.
7 days a week, just go through Facebook.
If the infrared sauna could have a bit where you could look at.
Yeah, if it had
Facebook
like
at the same
your
time.
iPad could sit on the
Yeah,
outside and
yeah,
you can actually touch
yeah.
it and scroll.
Well, our $2,000 one doesn't do that.
No.
If we
Soon.
bought a $50,000 one, maybe, but no. So for me, I do it as much as I can. It's a bit like anything with biohacking. There is there a perfect number? Maybe there's good recommendations, but having said that, you can only do what you can do.
Yeah.
If I only do it once, it's only once. If it's twice, good. If I can fit in 3, good.
Perfect. Now you have like a young daughter. Do you let her use it?
Yeah, but she doesn't like it. Children don't handle heat as well as adults.
Okay, it's too
So
uncomfortable.
when they don't have, and especially girls, they don't evaporate very well.
Yeah.
So the saunas are tough for them, but that doesn't mean she can't do 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And maybe at a lower temperature. But yeah, definitely, we get her to do it as well.
Okay, so do the infrared saunas, do they have a set temperature on them?
Oh god,
Or do
yeah.
you adjust it?
Oh no. It goes from 0 to ours does. Ours goes from 0 to 65.
Yeah.
My one at home goes 0 to 65 too, but there's no way it can get up there because it's old and not as good. And
Okay, so you can tell the difference between the two.
this one's much better. Yeah, it's new, and I paid more for it. And it has actually different technology. They've changed. They've got these carbon fiber heaters now, whereas I have at home a tube that looks a little bit like a fluorescent light.
Okay.
So I think the carbon ones are more efficient. They emit lower magnetic frequency, so the EMF is a lot lower, which if you're into that sort of thing, it can only be good. And that was one of the reasons why I actually bought the one that we do have, because we have no chemicals in there. We have made sure the EMF output is as low as possible. And when I was reading all that, then I chatted to the guy and he was like, yep, we're doing sauna for health, so we're not going to put anything inferior in it, which other places might do to save a little bit of money. So,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
I think saunas mostly, for me, are for detox.
I guess because you're not necessarily trying to lose body weight, and since
No,
you're not a
that
super
too.
sport person.
That too. No, I want to detox. I want to lose a little bit of body weight. I want to get my body with that hormonic effect, so that if I go outside in the heat, who cares? I can handle it. Circulation, that's massive too.
Yeah, especially since you're getting old. I
I
called you young 10 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and now we're going back into old.
Yeah, very cool. All right, what else do you want to know about the sauna?
I looked at some studies.
Go.
So,
Good,
they
'cause I hate
did
the studies.
they did
Go
a
for it.
study on men that use the sauna 2 to 3 times a week, and found they had a 27% decrease in cardiovascular disease mortality rate, as opposed to men who use it once a week. And then men who use the sauna 4 to
What about
7
once a
times a
week?
week. Well, they're doing like everyone did it a little bit, and then
Okay.
they compared like high
Okay,
doses
which
to
was
low
the best?
doses.
Okay.
And then men that use the sauna 4 to 7 times a week had a 50% lower risk of cardiovascular disease mortality rate. And this was over a 20-year study that they did on
20
these men.
years.
Yeah, so they followed these
That's
dudes 20 years and figured who died off first
Yeah,
and
yeah.
why they died off first.
Makes sense, because did I mention immunity? I didn't. Because if you're challenging your body with good stress equals improved immunity.
Yeah, high immune system.
Yes, I didn't really say that. And same with detoxing. If you're detoxing, your immunity improves. So, yeah, okay. So detox, immunity, circulation, increased metabolic rate. What else? What else is your study saying?
There's more. I'm not going back to it.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so that one, cardiovascular disease is the number 1 killer for men in the United States.
Yep.
And I think in Australia it's like top 3 or 4.
Yep, it would be. Absolutely.
So, yeah, just a 50% decrease in just people jumping in the sauna up to 7 times a week is going to be huge in the future when more people start doing that. But
well, you don't really need to go in the sauna if you're outside in the middle of the day doing all, you can do, but people don't do that.
Yeah.
So saunas are a legitimate biohack.
Yeah, especially if you get like TVs put in and stuff. So sit on TV, just watch us just in the sauna.
You could.
So they also showed that long-term sauna use can decrease blood pressure levels.
Definitely does.
The benefits come from at least 20 minutes in the sauna.
That's why I always do that.
Yeah, some people say up to 45 minutes.
I try for 30 minutes and at 65 degrees Celsius.
Is it hard? I used to do 30 minutes in like the wet one in the gym, and the last like 5 minutes was torture. So I put on podcasts about the sauna so I could sit there being like...
This is my tactic. I always drink water before I go in, so I'm hydrated straight off. And then I have a bottle of water. Probably should just take 2 in, but I have a bottle of water and I sip it when I'm starting to struggle.
With plastic bottle?
Yeah.
In the heat?
Yeah.
I don't think that's good for you. I used to do the same, and every time I was drinking out of the water bottle, I was like,
what biohack should I be doing then? Give me a hack.
I don't know, like, how would glass react in there?
Metal's not going to be very good. Glass would be perfect.
Yeah, glass.
Not going to melt.
Just as long as it's got, like, something on it so you don't burn yourself.
All right.
Like my bottle.
No, that'd be completely fine. It wouldn't get hot. Or hardly any.
Yeah, so maybe not put the plastic in 65-degree temperature.
Because
you can't even
killing
put that
myself.
in.
My immunity's dying.
So you're like balancing it out, right? Half sauna,
half death.
Yeah, half plastic, melted water.
But from now on,
you should stop drinking out of plastic altogether. Actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Get a really good bottle.
Trying to. Yeah.
That's what I got from a client gift. Okay.
Okay. No one loves me.
So heat shock proteins has been shown to prevent.
What was that?
Heat shock proteins. So
I've heard a bit of heat shock proteins.
is
Talk more.
what your body releases when you're in the sauna.
Yes,
so it's something.
Exactly right.
I'm terrible at science. It's something in your cells, and the heat shock proteins fight like the bad stuff in your cells.
Gee,
and help repair your cells. So
no, I've heard
heat
this.
shock proteins
I haven't looked it up.
Prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia. So that's another good sauna benefit. And also, sauna can increase your growth hormone for up to 200-300%. And then your growth hormone is important from preventing muscle atrophy and longevity.
Good, because my growth hormone's going down. So that'd be handy, because I'm getting old. Exactly.
They've also shown sauna to help with mood and dealing with everyday stress. And sauna also helps release endorphins.
Definitely.
So,
especially if when you're finished in the sauna, you go and have a cold shower, boom, or jump in the pool.
Yeah, they say mix the two together.
Yeah, that I think that's the best. But if you can't, you can't.
Yeah.
The body loves going from extreme something to extreme something else, and getting a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
As in loves it.
That's the problem. Is we're all too comfortable. Everyone's with our day-to-day lives are too comfortable, so not putting our body underneath the stress.
Which is how it is. But if we can just do these little biohacks, we can get around being comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm still we're sitting in air conditioning right now.
Yeah. So they did another study on runners, like endurance runners, and they made them do 30-minute sessions 2 times a week. I don't remember how long it was for. I think it was between a 6 and 12-week period. By the end of the time period, they found that they could run 32% like further distance.
I've so heard of this.
You heard that study?
Yeah.
So improves endurance. We've also shown that it builds muscle mass. So the best time to do it, they say, is after a strength session. So if you train weights, they recommend doing it after because it helps with the muscle repair. It can also help with
Well, I
building the
get
muscle.
ridiculously sore after weights.
And
so
they
I
say
was
that
thinking-
sauna actually helps with preventing getting so
Yep,
sore.
no, I've heard that.
So it
Okay.
also helps with brain function.
Having said that, if I can't do it after weights, I'm just going to do it the next day, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's
like
hard to have
evening
a
or
perfect.
something.
It's hard to have a perfect life.
Yeah, you can't, and also you can't get so hung up the fact that you can't do it straight away all the time.
No, we've got to work too and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mm. Let me just interrupt for a second.
Yep.
Do you know the difference between an far infrared sauna and a near infrared sauna?
No.
Far infrared is the energy waves that go deep.
Okay.
That's one we got. Near infrared doesn't go that deep. Only penetrates the skin by a tiny little bit, and it works with a red light in the red light spectrum,
Okay.
which is very good if you've got skin conditions or you need to get blood moving at the surface or wound healing. We don't have that one because that sauna you can get either a far infrared or a near infrared or one that has both, and the one that has both was double the price.
Okay.
So I thought, what's the most important thing? And for me, far infrared is far and away the most important sauna.
And what's the more common one? Is it the far infrared?
Yep. Yeah, because it's the one that gives you the most benefits for your buck, and the other one lesser. But if we really wanted to, you could just buy that as a separate thing and stick it in there.
Is this like an attachment?
But I'm just not going to do it.
Okay.
No. Wow. Only because I don't care about those other things mostly. I'll show you. Here it is. So the near infrared gives you wound healing, anti-aging, oxygenation of tissues, cell health / immunity.
I like the anti-aging factor. But we get that from the other one anyway, don't you?
Yeah. No, it'd be nice if you had lots of money and you could get everything.
Yeah.
But if not, it's far infrared all the way.
Yeah.
So there's your tip. If you're thinking about buying a sauna, my research on the internet, for all the dudes who know what they're talking about, infrared wins. Oh, so just said infrared. Far infrared.
Far infrared wins.
Yep.
Okay.
And having said that, infrared wins, because those other saunas that you get in the gyms, they cost a fortune.
The big ones.
And these just give you more benefits.
Yeah, and these ones are private ones. You don't need to deal with that awkward, sweaty dude in the corner not making eye contact with you, both getting like
Definitely.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, ours are one-person saunas. It's one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So they also did a heat stress study on flies and worms, and they showed
It kills the parasites. Is this what you're going to say?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That it increased
That's
the
another
flies.
benefit. It kills the parasites and the naughty bacteria in your body, the bad stuff.
'Cause
it just
makes
heats it up.
happen. Yeah.
Well, viruses and parasites don't really like horrendous heat.
Yeah. So
That's why we fever and try and kill them.
So if you got someone that gets sick super often, saunas will probably be a good idea for them.
Super good.
Okay.
All
I
right,
get
I
sick,
interrupted.
so
I would have forgotten about that.
you're not gonna say my study? Okay, so they did a study on flies and worms, and they showed that they had a 15% increase in lifespan.
What?
Yes. So it's supposed to help us live
That's
longer.
great for flies and worms.
Yeah. Well, I can't really necessarily do it on humans.
I don't know. I don't trust any studies like that. I think
On
that's,
flies and worms.
I liked your other studies.
Well,
that
heat shock
one's
proteins do improve
bogus.
longevity.
Boom.
It's a okay. So also found that saunas improve focus, improve nerve cell damage,
Tick.
helps with
tick,
brain repairs,
Tick.
helps with learning and retaining information,
Tick.
and then I said before helps deal with stress.
Tick. It's quite meditative because you have to sit in there pretty much and do nothing. Though I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I want to start listening to podcasts, or I think if I can like somehow glue my phone, put Netflix really loud, I might be able to, or my laptop. Got this. Just go do it with anyone that's walking into the bathroom like, hey,
They don't care.
I'm watching my show.
They don't care. Yeah. Well, you can't take any devices in the sauna because they'll just. It won't be good for them. Let's put it that way. 'Cause
No.
it's 65 degrees in there, and then you start sweating all over it, and that's not gonna. And then because you're sweating and you're in a box, it gets more and more oppressive. Isn't a great word because it might turn people off. But what's another word? Humid. It gets humidish.
Yeah, say humid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so that's pretty much everything on saunas. So
No, it isn't. Let me tell you what happens when you get in the sauna. You ready?
Yep.
You get in. It's hot. But it's not too bad.
no,
It's pretty good. Even at 65. If you had it going, like some people get in when it's only at 40 and then it gets more and more and more. But I never do that. I just get in when I turn it on and I wait for a while, about 10 minutes, and then it's really hot and I just get in. Straight off, no problem. I will start sweating though at about 6th, 7th, 8th minute mark.
Yeah.
Fairly light sweat, and then it'll just get heavier until you're just covered in sweat, just pouring off you in drops. It's probably the 15-minute mark for me, and then that's when it starts getting a bit humid in there, and it starts to get tough. That's when I start sipping the water and towelling myself off and things like that. And then I try and make it to the 25-minute mark from there.
Well, when you start to feel uncomfortable with anything like cardiovascular exercise or in the sauna, that's when the benefits start to come.
Yeah.
Is when you start to get
absolutely.
uncomfortable. That's what you have to push through because that's where
But
good
on
stuff
my first go,
happens.
Tia, I never did that. I made 10 minutes, and I thought that's enough. And then the next time it was 12 minutes. The next time it was
Yeah, you burn
17
out to it.
minutes. Yeah, and that's common for a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's some madmen out there, and I'm not in the madmen category, I don't think, who just go, I don't care what I feel like, I'm just going to do 25 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't
can't do
care if I
that.
nearly die, I'm going to do 25 minutes. I don't seem to be able to achieve that ever. But I do get there. I can easily do it now,
So how you do 25, 30 minutes
Yep.
most times?
every time.
Every time.
Every time. And women don't do the same. If Ellie and I are sitting in the sauna together at home, I'll be sweating 5, 6, 7 minutes. She won't start sweating till 15 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah, I don't get comfortable until like the 15-minute mark.
Yeah, that's just how women work. Women don't have as many sweat glands as men, and don't sweat as much as men, and don't rely on sweating as a way to cool down. Girls convect, they don't evaporate.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So in some sporting conditions, women, if it's set up so that evaporating is the best, and they do the marathon at the Olympics, say, on that day, men will just absolutely crush the ladies. But if its temperature's a bit different, the times will be a lot closer.
Yeah.
Because women and men just a little bit different.
Wow, I didn't know that we sweat differently. Yeah. Cool. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, because men, ancestrally, we used to have to go hunt whatever, and we just had to be able to go and go and go and go. Whereas women never really did that as much. They
Yeah.
sort of could stop. But anyway, I don't know exactly the ins and outs of that, but that's my little theory on that.
You should do your research.
Yeah, probably. All right.
Okay, so last thing on saunas. So
Go.
I want to start saunaing.
All good.
What I need to set myself a goal.
Mm.
Thinking, what should my minimum goal be?
For a week, 3.
3.
3 a week.
Okay. I think I can easily do it like in the evenings before I leave, shower, put my
Definitely.
pajamas on.
You feel
And then
like
go.
I reckon that is the best to
Before
as
bed.
well, because you sleep unbelievably
Sauna, go home, have some food, meditate, and go to bed.
good. Ooh.
Listen, like a biohacking afternoon.
Well, I've noticed some of the clients at the gym will meditate and do sauna at the same time.
I could totally kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That would actually be really good.
I think it would be tricky though on your first couple of goes because you're just trying to make it in the sauna.
I don't even get
I
into
don't-
like a meditative state anyway. The whole
was
time
gonna
it's me
say.
fighting with myself mentally.
Is it?
So
Okay.
if I can get to a point where I'm meditating like the same as I do at home in there.
Yeah, it's tough. But anyway, it's something to you can put it in, put it in, put it out, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, are we done on saunas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since this is a short podcast today. We're already halfway through.
Okay,
Ooh.
so we established that saunas are awesome. So go minimum 3 times a week. the good thing about this is it doesn't really matter if you're doing back to back. Like you can cram them all out
You
first.
so can. As long as you're hydrating, because you can get
So
unbelievably
you
dehydrated.
recommend like good sized cup of water before you go in?
Nah, probably 2 cups.
2 cups?
Yeah, like as much as you can.
Get in.
Yeah, and then you need stuff when you're in there.
And then
Got
have
a
a
guy who, in actual fact, convinced me to buy the saunas, and he's doing the Hawaiian Ironman triathlon, and he wants to get used to being in heat. So that's just another thing. I didn't mention that. It's a lot of these people who have to go from a coolish type climate, even where we're in winter at the moment. So he's going to be going very shortly to full summer in Hawaii. Ridiculously hot and humid, so he wants to be able to acclimatise to that. So he's been sitting in the sauna. He sits in there at 65 degrees for 45 minutes with 3 bottles of water.
Jesus.
But you have to bear in mind,
He gets used
if
to it
he's
too.
doing Ironman training, his onset of sweating would be even faster than me. He's probably sweating in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So he needs to get that water into him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Okay. That's saunas.
Okay.
Done diddly
3
done.
times a week.
Let's talk about how the week's gone.
So last podcast
Whoa,
we did.
whoa. How many meditations have we done this week?
Okay, so we talked last Wednesday.
Yep.
Since then, I think I've missed 2 days.
So you've done 7.
So I totally
It's
missed
Friday
last
now.
night because I didn't go home till 9 p.m. and just crashed.
Mm.
And yeah, so I've been doing it before I go to bed, and I haven't been falling asleep. I don't think so.
That means you're falling asleep.
But I'm getting better. So I'm like using the Headspace app, and I'm doing like a self-esteem part of it.
I so have to show you the Brain FM. I think I'm writing this down.
Is that an app?
Yep.
Is it better?
There's no such thing as better, I don't think. No, there is better, isn't there? But I wouldn't say it's better. It's different.
Okay.
It uses something called entrainment, where there's frequencies played in the background of the music, which could be guided or unguided, and they are supposed to make your brain go into meditation, whether you want to or not.
Oh wow. Okay, I need that. Because I
It
don't
would be
even
interesting
know if I'm
because
in
you're
meditation.
a bit of a bunny at meditation, so it'd be for me, because I've done meditation for a long time and I tried the app and I think it works. Is that because I'm just good at it? But if you're not good at it yet and you try it and you go, yeah, I can really feel that,
Yeah.
then we'd have another little anecdotal back me up to
Yeah.
say that this thing's actually pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally up for trying that. Because I never really know. I'm like, either I went into a meditative state or I fell asleep for a little bit. Or I just stopped myself from getting distracted.
Okay, no, we will do it during the day, not just before bed.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
that's probably the best for our little test.
Yeah.
Brain FM.
Okay,
They're
new
massive.
test.
A lot of the biohackers are right into Brain FM.
Okay. So Headspace is more for like the average person, and Brain FM is a little bit step above.
Is Headspace not a one which will just teach you about meditation?
Yeah, it's a
Teach-
guided meditation.
Yeah, as in it starts you, I've never done this before, and it shows you what to
Yeah.
do.
Pretty much
Yeah.
it's just like talking you through it and...
Brain FM is not that.
Okay.
It's you have wanted it to have done some at least,
Yeah.
or you'll just be like, what the hell's happening here? They're pretty useless on explanations actually. Even on their website, you would expect a whole heap of but there just really isn't much of that. So I'm
Guess
not
there's
giving
not
them a
much to
big rap
explain.
for that, but I'm giving them a great rap for what the product is when you're actually doing it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pumped for that.
Okay, so maybe we'll do that during the week, and you can have a report back on that, baby. Circled, bang. Okay, EMS.
So we
that
did
too.
we did our podcast on EMS, and then we EMS today.
Did. Mine was really good, even though the equipment wasn't working perfectly, but then we sorted that out and put in some new stuff, and that was killing me after that, in a good way.
Yeah. So I think that I've actually I'm starting to be able to go a lot harder. Or you just kind of forget the pain each time, and then not pain, the discomfort each time, and then when you come back to it, it's refreshing. It's 100% again, but I do feel like I'm starting to take more and more for sure.
I think what you're probably feeling is how many times have you done it, do you think?
Oof. At least 10.
So
Between 10 and
still-
20.
I try and
think
tell
more than
this to
20.
people now. EMS is a skill. There's
Yeah.
no way you can be awesome at it if you've only done 10.
Yeah.
So I think you're just getting better and
Yeah.
better and better. And then you'll get to a point, I don't know what that point is. It's not too many more. It's probably 20, where you're just really good at it.
Yeah.
And your body's really good at it. And it'll respond really well to it and it'll feel good. But then if you stop doing it for, say, a month, and then you start
Yeah, like when
it
you
up
went on
again,
holiday.
it's almost like if you haven't done weights for a while and you start doing weights again, you sort of got to get back into it.
Yeah.
So it's not quite the same as that, because you can hammer it at any time and it's not going to make you sore. But I do think if you're just going to the micro level of how good can I do this, you do need to be doing it fairly regularly. And fairly regularly is once a week or 2.
Yeah, I want to
But
start
at least
getting to a
once.
point where I can do 2.
2's probably the best.
Yeah, 2's
If
good.
you can. Okay.
But yeah, for sure, it's getting like a lot more intense to do.
Yeah, well, I've been slack because I went to Europe, and then I went skiing, and I just got off the trail of it a little bit and was doing it not as frequently, because I always do it twice a week. So not doing it twice a week, sometimes not even doing it. But lately I've been doing it twice a week, and I can really feel like this feels really good again.
Yeah.
And I noticed because I know it was still felt good before, but not the same as this.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say to that. It makes sense.
It's hard because you're not quite up to me yet.
No.
But you are showing signs of it, because you're saying it's feeling better and better.
Yeah, it is starting to feel better.
Mm.
I think I'm starting to get more used to like the discomfort and more comfortable. I think at the start, it's a different sensation, so people just aren't sure how to feel, or they're a little bit nervous with how it feels, because
Definitely.
you're getting like electrocuted in a way.
You're not. You're getting stimulated
You're
a lot.
stimulated by
Well,
electricity.
muscles are not designed. They don't function at the levels that EMS can take you to.
Yeah.
So we're really massively biohacking by using this EMS stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think mostly the discomfort is that muscles just are like, what's going on here? I've never done this before. I don't go this hard. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, I'm like absolutely loving the sensation, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Oh, and then last week we tried it on the elliptical machine for the first time. So we did 5 minutes.
Which we are never ever. I don't know, unless someone pays us extra. This is not how you're supposed to use it.
It was fun, but I think I had the chest up too high, so it was hard to get like a full breath of air because it was like pounding my chest as my heart rate was elevated, as I was trying to take in more oxygen, and it was like hard to get for like a lot of shallow breaths.
Do you know, I've noticed the guy that does it with the most current.
Yeah, skinny guy.
He's a skinny guy, but he does it ridiculously. But on that function, he can only make 2 or 3 minutes if we do it really hard. I've had to back it off lately, but if we do it really hard, he can only do 2 to 3 minutes.
Really?
Yep, because he smokes.
Ah.
So his lung capacity is dreadful. So in the strength, where who cares about your lung? You don't really need your lungs. He's no problem at all. Can kill it. Can do it more than anyone else by a mile. But as soon as he gets to that endurance function, he is a goner.
Yeah.
He just can't breathe.
Yeah.
Yep. He tries to tough it out. I reckon he nearly blacks out sometimes. And he's just so tough that he's like, I don't care if I can't breathe. I'm just going to keep doing it. And then he eventually can't breathe, and we have to stop for a couple of minutes.
Jesus.
So I'm trying to convince him, hey, why don't you give up the smokes? Because he's the one, like no one else is like that I've done it with.
Yeah.
I should ask everyone if they smoke or not. But I'm pretty sure every other client doesn't smoke. He's the only one. So there you go. Smoking, it's bad for you.
Yeah. It's bad for your EMS training.
Oh,
Okay, so let's talk biohacking.
yay.
More biohacking.
Yay. Have you got something good?
Nope.
I do. I am...
Is that an invoice?
It's a shipping billing order. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's an invoice.
Okay.
I have purchased the CBD oil, and I did a fair bit of research. It's just hard. It's hard because there's just an infinite amount of information.
Yeah.
And where I decided to try and source it from was the US, because I kind of trust that they're mostly companies are going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's a bit of a lottery. But these guys who I decided to go with seemed pretty good in the fact that they're a proper company. They do testing. They had good reviews when I just third-party reviewed them all over the place. I didn't see anything bad with them. And the other thing is that the CBD oil that I bought is hemp, not cannabis strain.
Okay, so it's not
It's not as powerful.
it won't give you
It won't get a high from
yeah,
it.
there you go. That's what I was looking for.
Because they remove the THC out of it. So there's that. And apparently, because it's hemp in America, you can ship it to every single state.
Yeah.
But if you have the cannabis strain, you can only ship it to the state that has the law that says you can do it.
Okay, so this is legal to be shipped to Australia?
No, this is the second bit. So this is why I liked this company, that they said they will only do things that are legal. So they're only allowed to ship to 14 other countries.
Okay.
So then I thought, this is just so unfair that I can't get a product that's got no psychoactive component to it. It's just supposed to be medicinal, whether it's true or not. You can buy so many others. Why can you buy whey protein from America? Why can I import that, but I can't import this? So I thought, I'm just going to do it. And then I thought to myself, how am I going to do it? So I got myself a package forwarding address in America. So what's going to happen is, 2 days ago, the Californian company sent the package to Florida, Sarasota, to my new address. And then
How'd you get that?
just went on the internet and I just got it. It was a piece of cake. Took me 5 minutes. And then they send it to Australia. So this is the tricky bit. All right, the first bit's not going to be a problem. They're going to get to that one. And then are these other guys just going to ship this product over to here? And then what happens?
Do they know what the product is?
I don't know.
They
Maybe.
don't care, right?
I'm hoping they don't care. They just send it.
This
I pay
company
them money
really
and they
shouldn't
send
have
it.
put a CBD in their logo. It would have been a lot less.
I'm fairly sure that's not going to be a problem. I think the problem is, will customs intercept my package and go, what the hell's in this? And then open it up and have a look at it. That, I think, will be the only problem. But really, all I've bought is a vapor pen. You know how I got that vape device? I can't yet get CBD vaping oil. I can get CBD oil, but I don't want to do the oil. I want to vape it, and it's different. So I haven't figured out. I know you can. I think I can buy CBD oil and then add it to glycerine or something like that, and then make it into a vape. But I don't know how to do that. But I'll try and do that. But I thought I just want to try CBD vaping. So you can buy a pen, costs $70, and you get 200 puffs. And apparently 10 puffs is a session.
Yeah.
To get the effects.
Wow.
So that's 20.
Do you
20
feel anything
sessions.
with it? Or it's just
No,
like,
I don't know.
oh,
This is the whole thing.
yeah, let's just hope we get it here. Or you might get a.
I guess another way. I can get it another way, but this seemed the most immediate, lazy way of doing it.
Okay, instead
Which
of going
seems
to
very.
Nimbin,
It does seem a little bit of a rigmarole, doesn't it?
or you just go to Nimbin and ask a lady that carries a basket of cookies and ask her if she's got any oils.
I don't know any people like that. Would you just buy something off someone you don't know and what they've done? It could just be carrot
Depends.
juice.
If she has like dreadlocks and a nose ring, I think she's trustworthy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just disappointed in Australia mostly. Why is America doing these things and we're not following suit?
Yeah. Especially since we've got such a small population, you'd think that I've looked into it before. I looked into trying to figure out what would it take to grow for like marijuana to be legalized here. And I was thinking, because Australia is in debt, I think, with America, from like wars and stuff. And if we actually started, if we legalize marijuana, we have the best like vegetation to grow marijuana, like and we've got enough room for it and the people. We can make Australia like a really good tourist destination. It could make the whole like economy. Like boom.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time till all this is happening. But all the countries are going to do it. So why would you come here when you can go to California,
awesome. That's why, like, if we step up first.
Netherlands? We're not going to be first. We're going to be last.
I know, we probably will be.
No, we're definitely
Australia's
be
very
last.
strict.
Ridiculously strict. Here's
Well,
another.
for good reason, but some
Yeah, I
things are good,
guess.
some things are bad.
But in this case, no one dies of taking CBD oil.
No.
The side effects are potential side effects,
No one dies of
so-
cannabis either.
and no one dies of cannabis either.
Yeah.
The side effects on CBD, it's not even psychoactive, so you don't get any of the potential schizophrenic things or anything like that.
Yeah.
You might get nauseous. Big deal. I mean, you could get nauseous on any medication. So anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed, the CBD comes in by the middle of next week, and I start puffing away, and we'll have a try, see what we think.
Awesome. That's interesting.
Okay, and the other one, my other little biohack is I've done a big workout. My muscles are killing me, and my arms aching me, and I can't get to sleep. What should I do to you? What should I do?
Epsom salt baths?
No, I don't want to run a bath. It'll take ages.
Okay, what are you
go
going
to
to do?
No, what are my options?
I don't know. They do prescribe
Aspirin. I don't want to take aspirin.
yeah,
Panadol.
aspirin.
I don't want to take that. What's the eviler ones? Ibuprofen, which is Voltaren in Australia. I don't want to take that either. So
Yeah.
I don't want to. I want to steer away from the pharmaceuticals, but I have found it. Found one not. Oh. Okay, we'll talk about this after this one. Kratom. Have I talked about that before?
No.
I haven't. Kratom.
What's kratom?
Kratom is a plant that it started in Thailand, like it's native to Thailand, and they grow it like you wouldn't believe. And its leaves have very particular properties. They're full of alkaloids. Have you heard of alkaloids?
Yeah.
What alkaloids do is, what they're really good at actually, is pain relief.
Okay.
So in the pain relief world, you've got opiates and
The good
alkaloids.
stuff.
So the opiates have one, because the pharmaceutical companies can trademark it and sell it for a fortune, get everyone hooked on it, make zillions of dollars. And in one of the big things coming out is that opiate use is out of control.
Yeah.
So a alternative is this kratom stuff. There's probably heaps of alternatives, but it's one that's been used medicinally in Chinese medicine, in Southeast Asian medicine for centuries.
Yeah.
It's got very little side effects. Can make you nauseous, could give you dry mouth, but that's like could, not necessarily will. No one's ever died of kratom. I think you have to take about 7 pounds of the stuff in one sitting.
And is it legal?
Okay. In America, totally legal. In Thailand, illegal. Can you believe that?
So where they grow it, it's illegal.
That's right. It's illegal. It's ridiculous.
Can it only be grown in Thailand?
No, you can grow it anywhere.
Okay. And then what about Australia? Legal or illegal?
Illegal. Class 9 drug, which is, I think marijuana is class 3, cocaine and ice is class 1. As a kratom's, you can't import it.
They get a class 9? I thought they went to 3. My God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I was looking into why. The government has no reasons why. They admit that no one's ever died of it, and they don't think there's anything bad with it, but they've banned it as on a proactive stance of maybe some bad things will happen, so we've just decided to ban it, which is just absolute ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's just like, that looks too scary, so...
But of course, you can easily get it, I think, with these little other methods. So I'm gonna get me some kratom and try it out, because sometimes I need pain relief.
Yeah.
I could hurt myself. And why do I have to take what the drug companies want me to take? Why can't I take something different?
Something that's actually healthy. And
I'm
good
not
for
saying
you.
it's healthy, but it's...
Healthier?
It's non-addictive.
Yeah.
And you don't get that. You don't get a withdrawal effect.
Yeah.
That you do.
With
that you
opiates.
definitely do if you take opiates. One of my clients has got cancer, and he's on full dose opiate stuff. I can't remember the medication. Do you know what any of the opiates are called?
No.
You would, if I told you what it was, you would. Go,
Yeah, I
of
know the
course I've heard
names.
that." But I can't think of the name. Anyway, so he's on one of the popular ones. He says he is loving it. But he said he's like got no idea how he's going to get off it.
Yeah. Well, when you get to a point where you feel that good, it's really hard to not want to feel good anymore.
So kratom, not as powerful as the opiate drugs, but it does take away pain. So it gives you the result. Maybe you don't get that high,
Yeah.
but that's not what you're after. You're after the no pain. Okay, I just got a special delivery from John in a jar. All right, I'm going to put the mic down.
He's smelling a jar of green stuff. Oh, that smells good. It's a butter?
No.
What is it, an oil?
Yes, it's an oil.
It's an
I'm
oil?
not hearing any of this, that is an oil, a special jar. This is cannabis mixed in with oil.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what it smells like.
I should ask John a bit more. There is THC in it. There will be a little bit of something with that. And so what you do with that is you just use it in your cooking when you cook with stuff.
Yeah.
So he knows some dude that grows his own plants, and what he does is he puts the plant in the oil and leaves it there, and it diffuses into the oil. So it's like weak as hell.
Yeah.
But
It has the health benefits in it.
don't know. Don't know with all this stuff. I'm gonna try it. See what we think. It could taste terrible, so I'm like, I'm not doing it if it tastes terrible.
It doesn't taste that bad. Just have
It
its own
smelled
unique.
good, didn't it?
Yeah, it has
It
its
smelled
own
really good.
unique taste, but it doesn't taste terrible.
Mm.
And like
Okay.
make food and stuff with it.
Have you done that stuff before?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, we have to tell the truth here. All right, what have you had? Let's hear it.
I've
Cookie, gummy berry.
well, I've made the oils myself.
Oh,
using
all right.
the
Well, how do
plant.
you do it?
You've got to heat it on a stove. I made it with butter, and it takes like 8-9 hours, and the whole house smells.
Yeah, that's what he
of
said.
it.
That's what he said.
It's insane. Like everyone knows what you're doing. You can't hide it.
Oh, so why are you doing it? What's the point?
For the psychoactive benefits.
So there is going to be heaps of psychoactiveness in
Yes.
this.
So
That's not what I was led to believe.
when you eat it to when you smoke it, there's a different effect.
I know. It's heaps more eating it, isn't it?
Yeah. So you will get a large effect with it.
Oh, so when I'm using this, how much am I... What?
Well, it's hard to tell because every
God.
dose is different.
Oh, God.
So it's recommended to... You can just literally
Just
put it...
do a
Spread it
teeny
on
bit.
some
Teeny bit.
sourdough bread or something.
Ooh. Okay. I don't really do bread.
Well, I'm trying to think of something you can spread butter on or oil on.
Paleo bread. Boom.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we
Paleo
make that.
bread.
Paleo bread.
And just enjoy it. The thing is, if you overdose, you have too much, it has no effect. It's just you feel maybe a little bit paranoid
So
for a bit.
This is a nighttime thing.
At nighttime, or I want to
Weekend.
stay at home on the weekend thing.
Okay.
Not that I have to leave the house in an hour thing.
Okay. So you're saying I can just use this as like a butter? This
Yeah.
one? Okay. And what health benefits are there? Any?
No idea.
No.
Never cared to look into it. I just wanted the feeling benefits of it.
It looks nice.
It's really pretty and it smells good.
Did smell good. Okay, so here we are. We're into CBD oil, kratom. I'll tell you more about kratom because I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, do a bit more research. Let's see how this CBD works out coming into Australia. Australia needs to relax a bit.
I think it'll be cool. I mean, what are they going to do? The worst thing that can happen is, I think, they just
You don't get it.
confiscate it
Yeah.
off me. It's such a small... I think it's like 10 mils.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
And
to
it's
see.
hemp. It's not the cannabis.
Yeah.
And hemp
Still, Australia doesn't
is-
care.
Well, how much are they going to care?
Yeah. So next week we'll see
It's
when
not as
we.
if I'm bought 5,000 of these pens.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and then I'm just selling them for a massive profit all around the place. And then there's like every 20,000 people in Brisbane are vaping.
So when do you
CBD.
get your CBD oil?
I did it on the 6th of September,
So
so
8th.
it's the 8th. They would have done it the next day probably, and then it's 2 days to ship to Florida, and then it's 4 days
Give
to
it
ship
10
to
days.
here. Yeah, I reckon.
Okay.
And they'll fly it by airplane too, so it'll be quick.
So next week we're gonna talk about CBD oil. You're gonna let me know how
Maybe.
this jar of green stuff goes.
Probably that. We can definitely, because I got that. Okay, jar of green stuff. Is that its name? Needs a name. What would we call it?
For legal reasons, that's his name.
I'm-
Use your
I'm
imagination
quite
on this one.
I'm quite happy to tell the authorities to F off. None
Yeah.
of this stuff's what's dangerous about this? I'm not selling it to anybody. I'm using it for myself.
I love the smell.
Mm.
You can actually buy like body scrubs and washes and stuff that smell like that.
Would you smell like that afterwards?
Like they don't really last that smell. But
Okay. All right.
okay, I think we're
Think we're
done.
done. We're
We're gonna
done.
head off back
That's
to
number
work.
3. I'm not doing any more work till much later.
Okay, awesome. Well, and we're out. Sign off.
Biohumans out.